Welcome to This Week in Metropolis. The transmission will begin shortly.
Yeah, King P here,
And Steelio7.
and welcome to another episode of This Week in Metropolis. Exciting episode today, so we have another special guest, which is Wozza from Eat With Wozza, and someone who I've known for, again, what, 20?
17 years.
17 years?
Yeah.
But haven't seen since Celebration Europe, we was just discussing, which was in the UK. So, that little while. Tell us about yourself.
So yeah, I have an Instagram page called Eat With Wozza. I studied culinary arts in America when I was living in America for 10, 15 years in the 80s and 90s. Came back to the UK. So I'm really into my cooking, but also I'm a bit of a geek as well. So I love my Star Wars, love my Lego, but also love my sports as well. I love my NFL, my baseball, my of course Arsenal football team.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Sorry
See, I'm
about
not a football fan, but James is Man U supporter.
Well, yeah, we'd probably have to set up another show just to talk about football, wouldn't we, Warren? But
I love all things geeky, football related, sports related, and even the American sports. But I do love my cooking. That's what we're doing a lot in lockdown. I've been doing a lot of cooking for people.
yeah, and looking at your Instagram page, some of the dishes that you either, I'm assuming they're all the ones that you've cooked, or are they ones sometimes that you go out and have as well?
So some of what I posted of where I go out to eat, or what I've cooked at home. So when I'm out to eat, I record videos, I take pictures. So when I went up to the city with Kerry for her 10-year anniversary, we went out to several restaurants, amazing food and service. Would highly recommend them. Or I just cook at home for the family. Really, yesterday I baked 3 cakes and did dinner as well.
Only 3.
Only 3.
Yeah, only 3. And Kerry took her into work at ASOS, so they're having them there.
They're the best fed office in the world, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing, really, cooking loads.
And have you got a particular favourite dish, Warren?
No, I don't want to sound big-headed or arrogant, but I can do anything. It's just about understanding the method and the ingredients. It's not if I have anything favourite, but I can do anything. It's just what I've learned from people that taught me in the past, and just watching the TV chefs. You know, those are people that you learn from. People are Master Chef, professionals, and the people that enter Master Chef as well.
Is that something you'd like to do? Do you think?
Yeah. So my sister works for the BBC, and she's put a word in. So we'll see. But it's going into that unknown, isn't it? With John Tirode and the other guy, thinking, what are you going to cook?
My lookalike.
Your lookalike, yeah.
Your lookalike, Greg Wallace.
This side business.
It's just thinking, but yeah, that'd be a nicely go on MasterChef. But we'll see.
Another question actually that I saw crop up on Instagram another day from another podcast was, what is your favourite dish in regards to a starter, a main, or a dessert? Have you got a preference to? Because I know mine would probably be dessert. I've got a proper sweet tooth, so every single one of them actually sweet tooth. But have you got a preference to a particular type of dish? When
I worked in the States, I worked at a restaurant called the Milton Inn, and we had this starter. It was a marinated barbecue shrimp, and they're grilled on an open flame on a bed of spinach, but the sauce was a blanc sauce. It's posted on my Instagram. You can view it there, and it's just amazing. The flavors from the shrimp, the lemon blanc sauce. When I first made that sauce with the chefs in America, it was quite a funny story. It's that I made the blanc sauce, but unknowingly, for some reason, I put it in the fridge where it wasn't meant to go, and it split. But that's probably the best thing for a starter. Dessert-wise, there's lots you can choose from. There's one dessert I had in London called a bomb, and basically it's a chocolate ball. Inside it is ice cream, and they pour hot caramel sauce on top of it, and it melts and it opens it up. So that's on my Instagram as well. But there's lots to choose from. When I went to Kerry and I ate at dinner in the Mandarin Hotel, and it's run by Heston Blumenthal. And they make ice cream at your table with liquid nitrogen. They're at your table with a mixer.
That's mad.
And they have the ice cream ingredients in the bowl, and they're pouring liquid nitrogen into the bowl. And that's on my Instagram as well. So loads of recipes and dishes to choose from, I
Does
think,
it taste
when it comes to food.
When they're making it, because I know with Heston, he's all about the sort of process and the spectacle of it. When you do it with liquid nitrogen, is there any, can you tell it's been made in a different way, or is it still a really good ice cream?
I think you can tell it's made in a different way, the texture of the ice cream. So if you try to make an ice cream at home in an ice cream maker,
it's a slow process, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And watching the people make it on MasterChef, it is a slow process. It's one of the things you've got to start straight away and crack on with everything else, because constantly when you're in the kitchen, you're multitasking. It's not you're not focusing on one thing. And you can't really think when you're in the kitchen. You just got to listen and crack on with it. But yeah, liquid nitrogen is a new way, not really new. It's been used by other chefs, but it's a different way of making ice cream.
Is it still good? Would you?
I didn't
you enjoyed?
I enjoyed it when I ate it at dinner at Heston's. It was lovely.
Yeah,
it was really nice. I mean, it's one of the things you're not going to have again, isn't it? It's like a bucket list food thing.
That's it.
It's one of the things, like you may see tiramisu on the menu. I've had that before. I'll try something different.
Yeah.
But when I ate at there's a restaurant on top of Self, which is called San Carlo by Alto. They had this lobster shell. They took all the meat out of it. You had the shell, but in there was spaghetti, there was lobster, there was chili. It was amazing. That's on my Instagram as well. So some lovely dishes you can see from different chefs that you see out there in different restaurants.
Who do you think, and we sort of mentioned this question beforehand, in terms of all the different chefs that have been on TV, who do you think's your favourite, would you say?
Well, there was one, but I won't mention his name, but he's off the list. So there's only one. There's 7 chefs. I
want to know who this is now. Just
I did really like Jamie Oliver, but he's gone down. The way he managed the business and lost all the restaurants.
Right, yeah.
And then there's one number one chef, and that's Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. He's the best.
What do you like about him? What's his thing?
How he comes across. Yeah. When I was you have to be though, because if your name's on, if you've made a dish and it's on your name, and someone's making it on your behalf and you mess it up, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. And Gordon's the best. He's the best. Gordon Ramsay. You got Rick Stein.
Yeah.
You got Michelle Rouge, who's the one of the presenters on MasterChef: The Professionals.
I like him.
You've got Marcus Waring. He's got Michelin star. You got Heston. He's got 3 Michelin stars at the Fat Duck in Bray, and that's £400.
Yeah.
You got Paul Ainsworth, who's got a restaurant in Padstow right next door to Rick Stein's, and that's 1 Michelin star. But Gordon's the best. He makes 60 million a year. His net profit is 200 million.
He's good TV as well. You were watching him. Not only is he as a chef, his standards are so high, but also to watch him on TV and to see how he manages and how
he's entertaining, isn't he?
His persona, and people forget he started off his career as a footballer, professional footballer. He was until he had a really bad injury.
But you drive into Vegas and all you see is Gordon. He's got 35 restaurants worldwide. 8 of them are in America, and one of them's in my old hometown of Baltimore, down in the city. So you got to think, he's got 3 Michelin stars in London on his first restaurant, and he owns the Savoy Grill in Savoy too. So yeah, he's a ledge. I love him. He's brilliant.
Is there anything particular about his food? Would you say that sort of inspired you? Is there anything you've taken from him in that sense?
I've done a lot of his dishes, and I think it's diverse.
Yeah,
and it's not. I mean, you got Jamie, 5 ingredients. 7 ingredients, but with Gordon, it's just a bit more class. And some of them are just. I mean, I'm doing a dish in 3 weeks' time for my family. It's a lamb rump with grilled asparagus and a fondant potatoes. And then for dessert, I'm doing a dish that I did at the Milton Inn in Baltimore, which is the almond twill. I'm going to attempt to make mango ice cream. See how that goes down. But no, Gordon is the perfection. He's the best. But then, like I said, the other chef, Marcus Waring, Michelle Rouge, Paul Ainsworth, Monica Galetti, who also is on Masterchef The Professionals, are great chefs.
Yeah. James, who would you say if you got a...
Well, on my list, I did actually have Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay. I mean, Jamie Oliver, I probably, from a chef side, watching him over the years on these different shows that he's done, and the same with Gordon, I think they're both different in their own ways. Gordon, just because of that kind of aggressive side that I mentioned before, I think it comes across funny as well, but at the same time you understand that they're the standards that he sets.
Exactly,
with Jamie, I think there's more of a family sort of cooking show that you see, and having a young family myself, it's kind of what inspiration can you take from there.
And that anyone can do it. I think with Jamie Oliver, that was always his thing. Anyone can do it. You know,
I've got all Jamie's books, and all of his dishes. A lot of them are family oriented, which is good. I have used a lot of Jamie's dishes in the past, but as a chef perspective, I think Gordon is he's flawless. He's awesome, and he, like you said, he's good TV as well.
Yeah, exactly. And for comedy value as well, one to mention, I think Gino D'Acampo's pretty good.
Yeah,
I like watching him on when he's on This Morning. I mean, mainly because of his language. You know, the English not being his first language, I think is hilarious. But as a chef as well, the way he talks about food, he's very passionate about it, and I think that's. When you see someone who's passionate about that sort of thing, then you know what they're doing is going to come. You know, you can kind of experience what it tastes like just by seeing the people on the show that are eating it.
The program with him, Gordon Ramsay and Fred, what's his face?
Oh, hilarious!
Yeah,
that's hilarious. Yeah. They're doing that again.
TV.
They were drinking limoncello in Vegas, and I've never tried limoncello before. When I was down in Cornwall, I bought a bottle of limoncello. Oh, it's good stuff. You've got to try it. Limoncello is good stuff.
I've had limoncello,
it's good stuff.
Very nice.
How about you, Matt? What's your favourite?
I would say a guy who I absolutely love and sadly isn't with us anymore is Anthony Bourdain. If you know who I mean by that. He started his career as a chef, but then sort of focused more on programs about food, like traveling around the world, visiting different restaurants. But his focus was always less of the fancy side of it, more of just, you know, good food in these little restaurants all around the world. He did programs called The Layover. He'd go from city to city for like 24 hours or whatever and experience the culture and the food of that. And just loved his attitude of probably similar in a way to Jamie Oliver, that food's an everyday thing. Everyone should be able to enjoy it, and you know that whole attitude, which is brilliant. His programs are on Amazon Prime. I really recommend checking them out if you haven't. He's such a very, very cool presenter. He's a bit rock and roll in the way he presented things as well. You'd always see him absolutely drunk at a bar, you know, sort of, and so on, just enjoying the nightlife and meeting his friends and so on. Yeah.
Another chef that I met and I saw and I also ate at his restaurant was Gary Rhodes. Right. He sadly passed away.
Yeah.
And I ate at his restaurant in 2010, where I proposed to Kerry in Tower 42.
Yeah.
And his food was amazing too. So he was a great chef as well.
I think a lot of other chefs of today always mention him as an inspiration to them. I remember watching him on Ready Steady Cook back when I was younger.
Remember his hair?
Yeah, he had the spiked up. Yeah. He was a fantastic chef, and I think an inspiration, as I said, to a lot of the chefs that we see today. Yeah.
So staying with the food theme, but taking it in a slightly different direction. We've been having a little chat and sort of putting it out there. And what would and this is open, I won't be up to James first. What would your favourite character or food-related character be?
So like a mascot.
Like a mascot, yeah. Someone who's associated with the brand or with a particular item of food.
You got to think though. I have a lot of years on you two, haven't I?
So not that many.
I've got that many.
On him, maybe. Less on me.
So, well, you've got so many to choose from.
There is
brands. You've got Hamburger, you've got Grimace, you've got Colonel Sanders, the Kool-Aid jug. Remember? Lucky Charms.
The Kool-Aid jug is funny because I always associate it with an episode of Family Guy where he bursts through the wall in a court or something like that. Oh yeah, it's just so funny. But I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say I've got a favourite, but the ones that I tend to think of are ones that are associated with cereals and things like that.
Yeah.
So
a lot of them are as cereals, but then you got the Pillsbury Doughboy. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
You can buy some dough, make some croissants.
Yeah.
You've got Gidget. Remember Gidget the dog from Taco Bell commercials?
Oh. So you probably were exposed to more in the American ones.
In America,
having been in
definitely.
America.
Yeah. The Fruit Loops, the toucan bird.
Yeah,
Fruit Loops toucan.
Yeah.
There's so many. All these brands create a character, and everyone just loves it. Monster Munch.
Okay, so the kids at Monster Munch. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So who would be your favourite one then, Warren?
I think when I grew up in America, I drank loads of Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid jug has you one.
You literally drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, you just buy packets and mix it with water.
Yeah, I've never had
lovely.
I've never had it.
It's like crystals, different colour crystals, different flavour, and you mix it with water, but the sugar content will go through the roof.
Yeah.
Mm.
Was it the key to add as little water as possible just to get like maximum power?
Triple strength.
It was like
a shot.
Like a Red Bull for kids.
Yeah.
Oh.
How about you, Matt?
See, I've got two. One that I thought before, but one that's just come to mind now. The first one was the Weetabix gang, which I don't know whether either of you will remember this because this was in the 80s.
No.
Which basically, Weetabix, these characters, there are 5 characters that were essentially skinheads. So they were in like white t-shirts, braces, bother boots, but Weetabix things.
Right.
And they were, I can't remember what the phrase was. Was it something about weak cereal? Like they were stamping out titchy cereal or something like that. All other cereals were weak compared to Weetabix, and we're this like gang of thugs that's gonna smash them. But they used to do. I've still got, and I couldn't find them before this show. I've still got. They used to do all different like promotional stuff, and I've got some cassette tapes, which were called Top Tracks, Weetabix Top Tracks, and they had like hits of the day on them with the little Weetabix characters like breakdancing and that sort of thing. They're really cool. But the other one would be for me MASH. You know, remember the aliens off of MASH? Again, I'm going back years. Like,
the flaky stuff that make
Smash. Sorry, Smash. Yeah, exactly. So you know what I mean by Smash.
I know my
James?
Smash. Yeah.
So they used to have these aliens, which were basically like 2 metal bowls together, like puppet things. And yeah, they'd be talking about, I don't know, taking over the world or whatever it was, like with this Smash. But yeah,
so my question is, and I'm not saying it would necessarily be the options that we've picked from now, but who would win in a fight? So who would be your go-to if you wanted a character from a food to win a fight for you? I'll go to Warren first.
Oh. The Kool-Aid jug's massive.
If it's smashing through walls,
it's like
he could drown people in himself as well.
Yeah,
Grimace and Hamburglar from McDonald's. Remember those crew? There's so many people, so many characters. Tony the Tiger.
Yeah,
Tony the Tiger was got to be one of mine because I just thought he was all friendly. He was friendly, but he's a tiger, and ultimately cats will turn.
Yeah.
The other option I had was Green Giant. Just smash you off.
Yeah. Mate, that's it. He's going to dominate.
Just crush everyone.
Definitely. Mine, I think, would be like an outsider choice would be Milky Bar Kid. Just because he's really angry because of the clothes that people have made him wear, and he's got a gun. So you know he's going to start messing.
And we don't know if that's a real gun or
exactly. That's it. Yeah. He's got a lot of anger inside. So this, in a weird way, food related, brings us to our first, my first story that I've noticed in the past week. There's a company in Japan that is famous apparently for strange flavoured yogurts. And one of the more recent ones they've done is aloe flavoured, which I can only assume is aloe vera flavoured yogurt, which sounds terrible to start with. But what they've developed is a tomato flavour yogurt. And to get the flavour right, I don't quite know what the thinking behind this is. To get the flavour right, is what they've done is spoke to loads of people that hate tomatoes. Right? And they've reset, their theory is, if they speak to people that hate something, they'll get a much better understanding of how to make the taste. So they've spoken to a load of people and said, what really don't you like about tomatoes? Is it the texture? Is it the flavour? Is it the, whatever? And collated all those results and then developed the flavour based on that. But it has apparently real chunks of real tomato in this yogurt.
Oh.
And it comes in like a little pot, like a yogurt would.
I mean, that's
I'll pass on that.
Yeah, I'll
hell,
pass on that.
isn't it? Absolute hell. I can't imagine. I never ate tomatoes until, not raw tomatoes. I'm talking like in stuff, fine, like cooked tomato. But probably my early 20s, I'd say. It was a long while. It was only until my palate started changing that I would tolerate them.
My wife don't eat raw tomatoes. I'm
Really?
fine with them. Yeah, it's weird. Even now, she will have a cooked tomato or a tomato sauce or whatever with pasta or whatever, but won't eat a raw tomato.
Did you know that if you have a blister on your heel or on your foot, the best thing for it is a tomato?
Really?
Yeah. If you've got a blister on your heel and your foot, slice a bit of tomato, put it on the blister. So all these fruit and vegetables have good toxins for our skin.
Yeah.
Like honey. Honey's excellent for our skin.
Yeah.
But tomatoes will heal that blister. Look it up. It'll work. It works.
Yeah.
You get blister.
Interesting.
Slice
That
a
is
bit of
interesting.
tomato off, put it on your heel, and it'll soothe the blister.
Okay.
Should have known that a couple of weeks ago. My wife ran a marathon, so her blister was like that on the foot by the end of it. So yeah.
Get some of them beef. What are they? Beef steak tomatoes or whatever they're.
Tomato.
So I've got a question off the back of this. I mean, obviously none of us are keen on that, but if there was another type of flavoured yogurt with something in that you wouldn't want, what would it be? From like an everyday vegetable or something?
Ooh.
Fish.
Fish. Ooh, mine would be mushroom.
Mushroom yogurt. Yeah.
Yeah, probably liver.
Oh.
Vegetable gross. Or vegetables wise, artichokes.
Yeah.
Yogurt.
It's just weird. I just associate yogurt with fruit. That's the thing, like a fruit yogurt.
Well, the best yogurt I've tasted so far, they do. You can get a Greek honey yogurt,
right?
And throw some fruit in it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I remember the Greek yogurt with honey. It brings back bad memories for me. I'm not a huge fan of yogurts, but I remember being on holiday and we was Turkey or Greece, something like that we went to, and drunk a huge amount of vodka, I think it was, the night before, and being really hungover, and then having signed up for a coach trip the following day, and stuck on this hot, sweaty coach, and the only thing I'd had for breakfast with this hangover was Greek yogurt and honey. Ooh.
Worst combo.
Worst hour of my life being in that coach. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think anything slightly savoury in yogurt is a weird combination, isn't it? But I guess you have.
It's good on pancakes.
What, yogurt?
Yeah.
What sort of pancakes?
So you've been to IHOP in America, haven't you?
No, I've never.
So in America, you're International House of Pancakes.
Yeah.
If you go to like Tesco's or Sainsbury's, you can buy these ready-made miniature pancakes or tall pancakes. There's a restaurant in London, another guy on Instagram, I think his profile's KNS Eat Here. He went to this restaurant and he had this pancake dish and it has 3 layers of pancakes, fruit on top with some edible flowers and yogurt. It was incredible. But yogurt on the pancakes, just maple syrup.
Yeah, I think that could work, because I don't. Again, it's that sweet element. I think, and with a pancake, although they're savoury themselves, if you're going to add other stuff to it, aren't you? So, I mean, I wouldn't have yogurt on toast. Do you know what I mean? Like, but with a pancake, I think it could work.
You have peanut butter and cheese on toast, don't you?
I'm telling you now, it's the best thing ever.
That yogurt pancakes. I have it all the time now. It's lovely.
I've tried out. So I do like American style sort of pancakes. Very nice. Maple syrup, bacon as well. Oh.
See, I can't do that.
Dream.
I don't think I could do bacon with pancake.
On a food, well, slightly a food related theme in the fact that it's regarding a fridge, and you put food in the fridge, which is close enough a link normally to our stories. There's a guy in the States who shared on Instagram in the past couple of days. He's got a Samsung fridge, big American style Samsung fridge, and it's got a screen on the side, which I'm guessing is usually intended for browsing the web or recipes, something like that. But the actual thing itself, it runs on the Android operating system. So what he's worked out how to do, he's side-loaded the Xbox Game Pass app onto it. So it runs the Xbox Game Pass app, and he demonstrated in a video that you could play Doom on it, because Doom is the general sort of benchmark, because I can play Doom on whatever. He loaded up Doom, he had his Xbox controller, I'm guessing it's Bluetooth, and that's how he connected it, and was there sitting in his kitchen playing the Xbox on his fridge.
I mean, I've got a few questions here. The logistics of it all, like, surely it's, if I'm going to sit down and play on a game, I want to be at a desk, or I want to be in front of my TV, not standing in front of my. I mean,
I've your fridge.
I've recently purchased an American style fridge and a fridge freezer, and I saw them ones with the kind of tablet touch screen and all that while I was shopping for them. Mine hasn't got that, unfortunately. And I was thinking about it then, like, what are people using this for? And I think in the description it was like, have pictures that you can play on a loop, so when you go to your fridge there's like a photo album going through, or you can use it to put your shopping list on and things like that, which is, I mean, that's pretty handy. But to think of the amount of time that I spend in front of my fridge wouldn't warrant having a go. I mean, fair play to the guy if he can spend a lot of time. I mean, maybe that's where I'm going wrong. When I'm told to go and cook for the family, I could be down there playing on my game.
You must be single.
I was setting the microphone.
He must be.
He must be single.
That's it.
Imagine someone's open the fridge up, they just hang out.
Yeah. Hang on.
Imagine if that's the selling point as well, that you've got to sell it to your wife or your partner, and you say, I've seen this really good fridge freezer. What's good about it? I can play my Xbox on it.
The best thing I've seen on a fridge freezer, and this is for real, you can have it done, is hand soloing carbonite.
Yes, I've seen that.
On your fridge freezer, you can have hand soloing carbonite. That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
You've seen that, haven't you?
That's much more exciting, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen that.
I'd rather have that.
So cool. Yeah. Okay.
But
people want that.
Technology in fridge freezers has, I mean, like I said, I wouldn't know as much about this if I hadn't just bought one, but now there's some now where there's like a viewing door. So there's like a door with inside a door. So on these, so you'll be able to see in. You open a separate door that's attached to that door to then get stuff in like a small bit inside. Like, what's the point?
Why don't you just open the door?
Exactly. But even better than that, and I've seen these advertised on the telly, which and I think this is more for people who do like house shares and things like that. When I was in the shop buying it, there was a separate stand for fridge cams. So they're Wi-Fi cameras that you put inside your fridge. So when people are coming and raiding the fridge, that'll be like recorded, so you can see if any of your food's missing or whatever, or if you've just got someone who's always down in your fridge, basically. I mean, if you've got kids or whatever, you could spy. But it's just mad that these, and there was loads of them.
The thing.
Fridge cam. It's the future.
Technology of cooking is just crazy. Like with coffee machines or with ovens, you can get ovens where you can there'll be a thermometer within the oven that you can put into your joint of meat, whether it's beef or lamb, and it'll cook it to the exact temperature you want, whether it's medium rare, medium. I did a Gordon Ramsay dish 2 weeks ago, the beef Wellington. I don't know if you saw it on my Instagram, and you wrap it in.
I think I did see that actually.
Yeah.
Wrap it in puff pastry, but you can't feel the meat, because you feel the meat. You can tell the meat on your palm, how I was taught, on your palm of your hand,
Right.
where you press, it's different feel points, and the here will be like medium rare.
Yeah.
Here is more medium. But I couldn't tell the temperature. So I was on the guideline, what Gordon was saying, 40 minutes, bring it out. I pulled it out, cut it, and it was like medium rare.
Yeah.
The middle was medium rare. The ends were more medium, but the middle of it was medium rare. It was perfect. Very hard to make, but and that was the first time I did it. That was amazing.
But if you'd had that gadget, you would have probably been able to tell.
I could put it into the pastry, into the meat, and it would have been tell what temperature, what meat it would have been, medium rare. But technology's crazy.
That's the thing. I was going to say the other thing. Now I'm guessing there's probably apps that you can link up. Via everything's connected now. We've talked about it before, Matt, with like your lighting in your house or your heating or whatever. Doorbells now, they're all linked up to your phone where
there's a meat thermometer you can get on your phone.
Yeah.
There's a meat thermometer app, and you buy the thermometer separately, and it's wireless.
Mm-hmm.
So if your meat's cooking, you can do it wirelessly. The thermometer's £99 on Amazon.
That's solving the problem that isn't there, though, isn't it? Just stick a thermometer in it.
Yeah.
I think because surely it's more labour intensive. You've got to put the thermometer in, then you've got to open up the app, then you've got to look at the app. And
you can use it on the barbecue if you use it on the barbecue as well. You can use it anywhere. It's crazy.
This is the thing, though. Like, technology will always find ways to make something better, but sometimes people just like it an old-fashioned way, don't they? That's the thing. Like, there's still things today where people will go, "Oh no, I'd rather have it done how I used to do it," rather than adapt with technology. Yeah. I'm trying to think of an example. I can't think of any, but
me and James have had plenty of conversations about dishwashers, and it sadly, how exciting life. But more on the point, and my wife will back me up on this, is she now says to me, like sarcastically, obviously, is that packed okay? Have I filled the dishwasher all right? Because I'll come along and I'll go, mate, you shouldn't have put that bit there. Come on, that's never going to wash with all that stuff in it. And I have a method. I have to, put it in a certain order and certain things in certain places. And
there is
a bit obsessed about those sort of things.
There is something about men, the way that we utilise the space in a dishwasher is certainly different. And I don't want to offend any of our female listeners, but
it's us.
You're doing it wrong.
But you are wrong. Yeah.
Well, when the dishwasher finishes, I'm like to Kerry, I've got to empty the dishwasher again. I hate doing it. And Kerry's like, I'll do it. I said, okay then. But
you better not open the top first.
Time goes by,
and get all the drips off.
Time goes by, and the dishwasher's still there. So I just do it. Now I time myself to see if I can beat my previous time. I hate doing it. The 3 levels: cutlery, cups, glasses, plates.
Yeah.
I'm very funny about my crockery and my kitchenware.
What, in terms of where it goes, or
no? Because it's good. It's good stuff.
Oh, I see.
It's good stuff. Yeah.
Well, maybe the one thing that I want to be invented, sort of that still hasn't, in Back to the Future 2, when they have I can't remember what the thing's called now, but basically
Mr. Fusion. Oh, pizza maker. The pizza maker.
Yeah, well, it's a rehydrator, isn't it?
Yeah, it comes down from the ceiling.
Yeah, you get a pizza that big, and then you put it in, and a few seconds later, it adds all the moisture back into it, and you've got a full-size pizza.
I remember.
Did you know in Back to the Future, the Pepsi Perfect?
Yes.
They released them, didn't they, a few years ago? Yeah. And they're going on eBay for like empty. You can buy an empty bottle or a full bottle.
Yeah.
It's crazy how food and products in movies or TV.
Yeah.
How we jump onto it. Like, I think there was an episode in Seinfeld where the Junior Mint, it's a chocolate outside, mint on the inside. There was an episode where the mint, Jerry and Kramer were having one, and it fell into this patient's heart. He's having an operation, but the Junior Mint made the guy better. It's crazy how people introduce food into sitcoms, like Friends. Joey, loved his food, and in other programs too. It's crazy how different brands and food come into it. Really,
But even you've mentioned there, Matt, wasn't it the sneakers in Back to the Future? The trainers from that. Didn't you try and buy some of them? Didn't you? Or did you get
to buy some? Yeah. They're just crazy money now.
Product placement in film, especially if it's a big film, and TV shows like you mentioned is.
You know what? You saying that? I'm a huge fan of Nike shoes, and have done, probably solely influenced by Back to the Future 2.
Yeah.
And seeing him get them, and the jacket and the little case. Yeah. 100%.
It's crazy. Who was the rapper? The English rapper with glasses. What his name? He brought a pair for £40,000.
Oh, well, I know who you're talking about. Tiny Temper.
Yeah, Tiny Temper brought a pair. 40,000. But they're like it's like a one-off, isn't it? It's a one-off. You're not going to wear them. Like my trainers, a few of my trainers I haven't worn because I know that, like the Star Wars Boba Fett, not the second release but the first release, I haven't worn them. And now they're on eBay for like £400. It's weird how trainers, that value goes up. There's a program on YouTube called, and a guy has a shop in Brooklyn, and it's called Sneaker Porn.
Right.
He sold all his sneakers. Yeah. And he buys all these rare sneakers to sell to other people.
Crazy.
And he designs them too. Yeah, it's crazy.
I used to, for a time, I used to have tons that I never wore. And
you wore Air Force Ones to your wedding, didn't you? You wore white Air Force Ones at your wedding.
No, I wanted to.
No, you did. No, you did.
Did I wear them in the evening?
Yeah.
Because I didn't during the day.
You told me.
Well, I wanted to. Right, this is a true story. I found because for my wedding I wanted to wear brown. I wore a brown suit with like a goldy coloured tie. And that was the colour. I found some Air Max 90s that matched perfect, absolutely spot on winner colour. And Kerry wouldn't let me wear them. I said, I will buy all the men these trainers if we can all wear these trainers. Wouldn't let me have them.
I swear you wore some trainers in a swivel suit.
I wish I'd. No,
someone needs to dig out a picture.
You're thinking of, remember we had, because me and Warren used to work at Carphone Warehouse, there was the winter ball at Carphone Warehouse, and I wore a white suit with a white shirt, and I had white Air Force Ones, which I'd stuck sort of diamonds on the swoosh, like to make them even more wintry. That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that was it.
But for a while, I had loads of trainers in the cupboard that I never wore, and there were some that I just wouldn't touch because they were a rare one, and I'd get to the point where I would wear a pair of trainers, come home, clean them, and put them back in the box, and was so obsessed with it. But I just got to the point where I just thought, this is stupid.
Yeah, trainers. I've got loads of them that I don't wear, or I wear once in a blue moon. But the one I get, the Lego ones, I'll just put them in. I'll put them in a box. I won't wear them because in 5-6 years' time, they'll just go up in price. Just like anything you buy, like anything collected, like Lego.
They're Adidas ones, aren't you? Did you say?
The Z800s are. They're beautiful, and they come in a box. You can even have on the laces at the top of the laces where the toe is. You can even change the colours of the laces. It's pretty cool. The detail that goes into them. But like if anything, trainers or like Lego or anything related to the movies is going to hold its value.
Definitely. The other thing as well is you never know how much things, unless you start researching everything, you never know how much any of these things actually value for now. Because I saw an article yesterday on the BBC which was about Pokemon cards. Now, when I was at school, we used to collect them and trade and swaps and things like that. And there was an article yesterday about some rare of these original cards, which I've probably got tons of in the loft or in the garage. And some of them were like selling for 140 odd quid.
It was about Logic, wasn't it? Logic, the rapper, bought a Charizard. Is it? Maybe it's shiny Charizard or whatever.
It was shiny, yeah.
For 180 grand, wasn't it?
What's that program? The program on the Porn Stars? Rick.
I know the one you mean. Yeah, it's in Las Vegas. He's a pawn shop.
This guy went into the
with an AW, not an OR. Yeah.
He had this This guy had this big record box. He walks up to Rick. He goes, "I've got these Pokemon cards," and Rick's like, "What's Pokemon?" And then what's the other guy called? Not his son. His other guy that works. He came over. He got Pokemon. He wanted to sell the whole box for £1 million, and he had they're all graded 100% rare and stuff.
Mm.
It's
I'm
crazy,
gonna have to dig them out and start seeing how much I can get for these.
It's like if you look at Lego, there's an article in the Telegraph. It said Lego holds its value more than gold.
Yeah.
And if you look at the Millennium Falcon Ultimate Collector Series, not the second one, but the first one that came out years ago, is valued at $3,000 to $4,000.
Mm.
And what people are doing now with the second Millennium Falcon, they're having it as a coffee table. So they have the table and they do it as a mod. They put the Falcon in there, like the landing, and it looks awesome.
That would look pretty cool.
It looks absolutely amazing. You come in and it's like the centerpiece of your living room.
Yeah.
Mm.
So with a lot of the Lego, I think having kids who are both very much into Lego, it just got to a point where I had the Back to the Future DeLorean.
Yeah, I've got that.
So I bought 2 of them.
Did you?
I kept one in sort of storage and then sort of made the other one. And then in the end, my oldest really liked it. I'm like, yeah, just have it. And it went in with the stuff. The Millennium Falcon, not the original, not that one, but I had the Millennium Falcon. And again, in the end, it just gets filtered into their Lego. And the Big Bang Theory house, I had that. And again, it
all just gets mixed together.
It just gets mixed up because I just think in the end,
sounds like mixing Play-Doh.
I'll have it, but I'll have it on display or whatever, and then I'll think, and the boys are really enjoying it. I think, no, it just needs to be played with. Just have it. And it
all plays with her. All has got Legos, Lego friends, and she plays with that. But the only set she plays with of mine is the Lego friends.
Yeah.
The majority, I've got like over 100 boxes of Lego in the loft, and I'll say about 30% of them have been opened.
Yeah.
And the others haven't. And it's just, like I said, finding the space, and also if you open it, it's meant to be played with. Some people like to collect it because it holds it resale value.
Exactly.
And go up in price, and you've got to think like,
it's weird that these toys are an investment. And it's this funny thing, I think, once you start getting into it, like going back to what you said, James, in terms of knowing whether it'll hold a value or whatever, when you start getting into it, you get this instinct as to, right, well, that's rare because that's a scene from a particular film and that's never come out, or that's a certain subject matter, or that you could only get at that particular place. And there are so many different factors that will add up.
That's right.
We'll sort of
even, I mean, that's a collectible item, but even things like you see now with the Xbox and the PlayStation, the new consoles coming out, people are pre-ordering them and already listing them on eBay for like silly money, and people will buy them.
Yeah, I think
I have not.
I'm not a fan of it when it's. I think, and Susan at that point now, where when it stops normal people from getting them, I think that's a real shame. Yeah. Everyone needs a chance to get this stuff.
That's like I was on the Adidas website trying to get the Adidas Star Wars Boba Fett trainers.
Yeah.
Now all the people were selling that on eBay, 150, 160, even 200. Crazy.
Yeah, it prices people out, which I think is a real shame. Everyone should be able to enjoy.
I agree.
This sort of stuff. Well, been an absolute pleasure. This episode, we went off on a bit of a tangent at the end.
Yeah, we did.
But that's all good. That's what the show's all about. Well, thank you, Warren, for coming on. Is there any sort of thing you want to say at the end in terms of?
Great if you can follow my page. I'm always posting food and cakes and going out to restaurants. I'm going out to the next Thursday. I'm at Shoreditch House in London for dinner for my sister's birthday, and then on the day after that, I'm on the Saturday, the 24th. I'm at a restaurant called the Dog and Gun in Chelmsford.
Right.
It's like Sheesh, but a bit died down a bit. So it's a great restaurant in Chelmsford called Dog and Gun, and then Shoreditch House should be intense next Thursday. So I'll be posting pictures on there of all the food and videos. it'd be great if you follow my page, Eat With Wozza.
Yeah.
Any questions, just DM me.
And we will put all the links in the description of the videos on YouTube, and certainly to that. I know I've retweeted some of your stuff or reposted some of your stuff, so we'll continue doing that. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, and same for us really. If you want to follow us, then follow us on all social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and don't forget to follow our YouTube channel as well, which is This Week in Metropolis. Or you can find for our short videos Twim Bites. So make sure you check that out. Subscribe as well. The more followers and subscribers we get, it's great. It shows us that we're doing something good.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you for listening / watching, and goodbye.